gentleman.
Before that, he's a buruburu.
Of politics.
He will explain himself.
Now, we are election campaign has started, and we are looking at Ogun Central, the factor of Ogun Central. And when we look at Ogun Central, someone mentioned that is aside being the political headquarters of Ogun State, is the state capital, and you find former presidents in this place, two former presidents. That's former President Governorship. You have former President Shonekon, late Shonekon. We have two governors from Ogun Central. We have former Governor Bekule Amosu, and we have former Governor Olusegun Oshoba. And we have these titans. So what is the place of Ogun Central in deciding who becomes the governor in 2027?
Well, thank you very much. And let me take you through the political trajectory of Ogun State in 1978, because I'm still going to touch on some, very hot and salient issues. When by the time the discussion progresses, for those who are that are very versatile, with the political history. In 1978, 4 people contested under UPND, which was late Alabis Onabanjo from Ijebu Remo division. That was how Babawolowo did it. And we have Chief Odunjo from Egba.
Egba.
No, Egba division.
Okay.
That is where Chief Odunjo came from. Then we have Dr. Debi, Chief Debi and Baba Tujo Debeye. They came from Yewa division. That was how they did it that time. And for people who doesn't know, they used a collegiate system that time. And we have 20 delegates from Central that voted in the first ballot for Chief Odunjo. We have 20 delegates from Ijebu Remo division. All their votes went to Baba BC Onabanjo. The 10 delegates, because they have 50, Chief Odunjo, Chief Tegbeye and Babadebi, they splitted their own into 2, so making Egba and Ijebu to progress. The second ballot, the Yewa was supposed to be a brother, threw their vote to Baba. Why I'm giving this is that my father was also contested as assembly primary, was very hot that time of most of these things. But Egba took that slot because they were afraid that MPN might give Chief Odunjo ticket, which Babawolowo doesn't want to lose. But BT Onabanjo refused Chief Odunjo. When you contest with somebody, you say, go and making your deputy. Sometimes the person might see you as equal and not his boss. And that was how Egba became, the first deputy governor through Sister Osholuade. So for those who doesn't know, and that was the beginning of the trauma that you want to correct now. I get me. That was the beginning of trauma that you want to correct now. So fast forward, you will know that we are very strong. If you are not strong, it will be easy for Baba to say, Shebi, these are the people that made Chief Onabanjo to emerge victorious, give them the deputy. But they didn't try that because that would have been a very costly political mistake. So Egba took the slot, and that's the reason why even after that, immediately the army truncated that democracy. Egba took the slot. After Baba Chief Baba Oshoba. After Baba Oshoba, the something went back to where? Ijebu Remo division. That was when OGD took over. After OGD, who struggled the something with him? SIA. Are you getting me? After SIA, who struggled again with them? DA, Dapabedu. Before the Yewa question, that's what they have been agitating. They have been agitating, but as long as we have it now, they have given their ticket. that's the APC. I've given their ticket there. But unfortunately, we have a lot of our distinguished Egba sons and daughters that, wanted to vie, for that position. In that party, we have my sister there, Iyapo Basojo. We have Egbon Sharafa, Egbon Amushan, Egbon Tunde Lemo. All of them from Go Central. But for reason best known to the party, they opted for, Yewa. And none of those Egba, other than my sister, Iyapo Basojo, that felt, infringed, that we were not consulted, which is our inalienable right to say, you people didn't even consult or before you pick
a candidate.
But the fact remains that in as far as their party, they have a national leader who is the sitting president, and they have a leader in Ogun State who is also the governor. Now that they have taken that decision, the remaining people, opted to be in support, while Senator Yabo, opted to PDP, which I have nothing against. But for us in Egba, I think it ought to be Egba that should be vying with Senator Olamilekan, and not a Remo man coming to say, from the same wall, from the same kitchen, from the same living room, when we are not up order in Egba. So we do allow DA to now pass over under the yam and the goosey to his brother in this thing. No. So the Yewa question is also very germane, but whether they like it or not, we are the kingmaker in Ogun Central. We are the kingmaker.
You see, I love the historical perspective he went through up to the present state. Of course, some other people may want to put in one or two things, but what I'm particular about now is the current situation, and I will not be interested in conversing for one candidate or the other, even though we all know from the look of things that it seems there is an informal rotational principle involved in this. It's mostly Ijebu division comprising Ijebu and the Remo, and the Egba division comprising Egbado before, now Egba Yewa. So when it comes to the rotation, it's a two-polar rotation. When it comes to that, I know there is a Yewa, Riye formation, but politically it's Ijebu or Egba. When it gets to the Ijebu side, they can pick whoever they want to pick. When it gets to Egba side, it can go swing the way it could swing. But when somebody, like he was trying to say, from the Ijebu side has just almost finished his tenure of 8 years supposedly, and another person is coming from that same section and Remo, there is every possibility, political calculus, that some people will reject that postulation that you want to force us to serve. That's the way they will put it. You want to force us to serve the Ijebu side for 16 years, that it will not gel.
That 24, sir.
In fact, it is the Egba that will suffer 24.
No, it is that 24. OGD 8. DA 8.
Okay, you are looking at their own. But for this one,
that means we are finishing Egba land.
For this one, it is the central that will suffer 24. In the sense that if perchance everything depends on God, Honorable Senator Yayi becomes a governor, the immediate past governor to Governor Dapo Abiodun spent 8 years, which was Senator Amosun. Abiodun will have completed his 8 years plus the 8 years of Yayi possibly, and you cannot push the Ijebu side away from the calculation the way I've said it. It will gravitate to the Ijebu side again. And when it does retains to Ijebu side, they may likely spend another 8 years. So you are looking at 8 times 3, which is 24. That's why I usually say for Central to get it again, it will take 24 years, whether you like it or not. But in this instance, we are looking at whether Central is an offer budget or not. In this situation, in the calculation on the ground now, Central, whether you like it or not, is the kingmaker.
Okay.
Because,
Okay.
I'm sorry, if Yewa is contending and hoping to get their 5 local governments, and Ijebu, Ogun East, Yewa, the East, so to say, whether Ijebu proper or Remo, they are also contending, then the bride is the Central. It now depends on how they are able to maneuver to get the Central that the person will be crowned as it stands today. Ironically, the 2 gladiators seemingly obvious as of today are moneybags. One in the Senate, whether we like it or not, deploying opportunities from that section to convince the people. Another one is a private money bag who has been a wizard in the race for years now, and you cannot push him aside. And that's why I said I will not be projecting for any one of them. But you cannot push Adebutu aside, neither can you put Yayi aside. So they will now have to find a way
To create a balance.
of creating a balance, maneuvering and getting the Central, the kingmaker, to favor them. And the way it is going, I am not sure. I hope the election will be decisive. Because Adebutu is not a pushover.
Neither is.
Neither
Yayi.
is Yayi. And going by what is going on in Yewa now, with what's this man name, contending that he also contested Hunye,
Abayomi.
Hunye. You never know. Votes could be splitted, no matter how small. Because what each and every one of them now needs is a consolidated vote from their section of the state. And don't forget, there are some undecided voters. Because when you have an overconfidence that, oh, I've done this, I've done that, people are supporting me, they are shouting. Remember, I said, the issue now is, what do you do with the undecided voters? Those who can swing the vote, those who you are not really sure of which way they will go. Because you may be doing some things and some people may not be happy with you. It could be safe to say that in the Central today, not everybody will be happy with one or two of the contenders, because it appears, I am not saying categorically, it appears some people feel Central has been shortchanged. So they will have to take time to decide fully, this is the way I will go. Projects here and there, yes, but there could be some other things to follow up.
Okay. Let's you both mentioned that we have kingmakers in Ogun Central. That Ogun Central will be a deciding factor on who becomes the #1 citizen of Ogun State comes 2027. And we have the gladiators from both Ogun West and Ogun East. Now the Ogun Central is going to be the kingmaker. So who are the gladiators, the major kingmakers? Unlike in 2023 election, by this time they are all out. For example, former Governor Ebikule Amosu, by this time in 2023, he was all out. We know where he is going. The same thing, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, by this time in 2023, we know where he is going. But this time around, it seems that some of these gladiators or kingmakers, or let me put it, who are the kingmakers, and what are they going to do to now swing the vote to either of the gladiators, the contenders in 2027?
You see, the people of the Central are the kingmakers. If perchance they have leadership that will say, go this way, it's a different thing. Okay, something funny happened at Ake Palace Ground yesterday. I saw some videos online that somebody, maybe because people have been waiting to hear what Senator Ibikunle Amosun will say. You know, there is this guy that doubles as Sia on functions when they are doing their campaigns. When the guy speaks, the way he dresses, the way he gesticulates, he's almost an exact replica of Senator Ibikunle Amosun. If you don't know him before, you will assume that he is Sia that's speaking. I saw some videos that came out from the PDP campaign ground at Ake launching of their campaign yesterday. And I saw something, they say Ajiri Omoye spoke with the people. I looked at it again, I said, this is not Ajiri. Because Ajiri's voice has baritone more than the guy's voice. So when you are saying who are the kingmakers, some people are strong enough to sway people's opinion. So in the course of looking for his, proclamation on this election, and they couldn't get it. Aromala, in life, maybe you know the better. When you are doing your amala, people want to know what is going on with the pot you are using. And he has chosen not to be categorical. He has chosen to be silent, even though he has not gone beyond what the party wants. So they try to maneuver that human AI, Amosun AI, to speak with the people yesterday, with their, so that some people will say, oh, Amosun has supported. He has not come out to say this is where I'm going, but he said he will not do anything anti-party tactically when you look at his body language. But it doesn't mean that everybody will be happy. That's the insinuation. So if somebody like Amosun comes out, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, to say, I'm likely going this way, which he will not do from the calculus on the ground, then some people will follow him. He has a structure, but he seems to be lukewarm in this instance, unlike the previous situation. So people like that, they will look out for either to back a particular candidate, a particular political party, or to convince the general populace that we may likely go this way. So but even despite that, the citizens, no matter what you say, not all of them are relatively happy with the current situation.
We've identified Ogun Central as bright. What sentiment would the candidates use to attract the vote of the Ogun Central? Will it be roots? And from Ogun Central, whether paternity or maternal parts? Will it be developments that they will promise Ogun Central, because there have been agitation that Ogun Central is, for example, the state capital is not as developed the way it should? And number three, will it be a negotiation that yes, we are going to give you the speaker, or maybe after 8 years we are going to return power or back to Ogun Central? What do you think the contenders will use as negotiation for Ogun Central to get the vote of the people in Ogun Central?
Well, thank you very much. There is a saying that power is not self-account.
Sure.
So for anybody to think, you allow somebody to, sweet talk you into believing he has capacity to do something, but that when they were sworn in, they now change to another people. You see, before I will answer that question, let me be very honest that the Egba people with our Egba agenda must be very, very cautious now. We are too sophisticated for someone to come and tell us, don't worry, once I got in this is exactly what I'm going to do. And why do I say so? For now, from both camps, Egba has nothing. The speakership you said, you mentioned, is, let me say, a legislative position. It's not in the executive. even if you look at the current administration, if not for DA that seem to just open up, let me say we are not in number one with the governor, we are not in number two, we are not in number three even SAG, we are not the commissioner for what, we are not the commissioner of finance. And you should know people that take decision even for executive council. So we don't have to now rely on the fact that maybe the person coming will be like and no. Let us take our amala in our own hand. We take the ewedu and bekiri. And they are taking that we are taking our what am I doing? The exact question now should be able to focus on what exactly, like a doctor said, how are we going to make sure we rescue that power in the next 8 years if we don't get it now? I've said something that I had expected the PDP to also produce a candidate from Egba. The Senate they gave Yaba was expecting they will say, you take the gubernatorial ticket, because just like Edmond said, Ijebu is the one currently in the saddle now. We can't go back there, because if that mistake should happen, the Yewa question will still continue after 8 years. That no, we cannot. They rig us out. We have to take it. So that means you have to add 16 years. Where will Eba be as at that time? Do you know that the Jebu will now begin to divide Riye? That it is Remo, 3 local government that have thousand number of years. We are 6. We have more vote than them. We want to take. That will be 24. So after 2 years, Eba will not want to be governor. That means we are now 4th class citizen in Ogun State, which is very, very wrong. No Eba agenda, let me be very honest, should support anything other than Eba agenda for governor, or we now make a bargain, a very strong one, because we have crop of Eba sons and daughters that we know that were also in that party, because 2 major political parties. I think the third one is maybe the ADC. You understand? The other one, they are just content creators. We know them for their style. But I think Jal is also see
including your own party.
No, we are redo with these court processes now, and we are in Supreme Court. That is why I'm not going to talk about our own. It's better for us to just trash it out now and prepare for next one. So let me tell you,
your own labor be categorical.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody know I'm not a member of APC. I'm not a member of PDP. I remain, though I'm supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for president, but I'm a member of Labour Party. That one is not contestable. Now the point that remains is, I don't think any Egba man who is not fantastically funny or mischievous should be seen carrying an Ijebu agenda on their head simply because maybe they give us deputy governor. With due respect to that office, all of us know the constitution. The deputy governor shall act in the absence of his or her boss and carry out any other function as designated by the governor. You can see the way governor normally impeach deputy if they so desire. But you think it's easy for you to say, accept the come and feed the governor of your state. You will, in fact, you are fighting a titan war. So we should be very careful. It's not just about mere negotiation, but for me, I think Egba should come together now and reason, where are we? Is it for some people personal interest or general interest? But I think the only way is, if we don't have a governor, we should have an SAG. If we don't have a governor in Egba, we should have an SAG in 2027. And the reason is very simple. When you are not part of the inner circle, people that take decision, we will be on our own for the next 8 years. Because the people there have decided that, we are going to follow the decision of the president, to pick in APC, and they are going to align themselves with the position of the party and even the governor, when they announces their own candidate. But on the other hand, the other party that I felt should have given them a run for their money in PDP, I didn't be, who just substituted, who is going to substitute himself for an Egba candidate to square with Senator Yayi, that would have been better. But as it is now, Egba has nothing to gain in PDP. We have nothing. But
you have the deputy governor.
I've just given the description.
From unlike even the APC, as at now, we don't have anybody representing Egba interest in the calculation.
No.
So why are you now saying there is no?
See, let me tell you, if you are not a part of executive, you sit down here and be deceiving yourself. I said the people that take decision is the governor, the SNG, Commissioner for Works, Commissioner for Finance. Outside those one, you're on your own. You don't be carrying your file up and down. It is better. Do you think a deputy governor will go and challenge his or her boss that, oh, I expected this thing, except they assign the ministry? No, we can't be contented with that. But when we are part and parcel of an organization, it is better for us to now, be able to have a solid footing in the next 8 years, so that for us now to come back, because just like you said, if we are outside, like I said, if anything goes to Remo, Yewa will come back again to say, oh, this Yewa question, you must answer us 50 years, 60 years. We have not been there. And to be very honest, just like I said in the primary, Baba Awolowo divided us into 3. You understand? But there, nobody will know you. And even if
there's a court case just like yours, the labor
leadership issue, they only have one national chairman.